Wait, we rented an entire castle?
Yep, an entire castle. Hey adventurers,
So 3 years ago, we did something a little insane.
we took the 6 of us, well 7 once Annalie flew out to join us, on a 10-week trip across Europe. 17 videos, ten countries, and somehow it all started because a cruise got canceled a week before we left.
Yeah, we are never letting that go.
Nope, never. So today, on the 3-year anniversary of that trip, we're doing something we've never done before. We're pulling together the absolute best moments from our entire journey into one video.
Castles, glacier rivers, gladiators, zip lines, a duck stealing my ice cream.
Yeah, that duck sure did want that ice cream. If you're new here, hit subscribe and the bell, because this channel is basically a documented case study in how much chaos and joy you can pack into one family's life.
And drop a comment telling us your favorite family travel memory. I promise we read every single one.
Quick heads up before we dive in. Later in this video, the girls officially ranked their number 1 favorite memory of the entire 10 weeks. Out of the 10 countries, and it might surprise you which one won.
Stick around for it because we didn't see it coming either. Also, if a trip like this sounds like a someday dream instead of something you could actually plan, that's exactly why we built the Weekly Escape.
Every week we send out real trip inspiration, behind the scenes stuff from our travels, and practical tools to help you plan your own next adventure, including access to a travel assistant that helps you actually map out where to go and how to make it happen.
It's free, it's fun, and the link is right there in the description. Okay, let's go back 3 years.
So here's how this whole thing started. We had a 15-day Royal Caribbean cruise booked. 1 week before we were supposed to sail, it got canceled. Eden had just turned 12, which triggered a last-minute vaccination requirement we didn't have time to sort out.
We had 2 options: cancel the whole trip or pivot. Obviously, we chose to pivot. We booked flights to Amsterdam for the exact day the cruise was supposed to leave.
We landed right in the middle of the Dutch tulip season, rented bikes, rode through fields of tulips as far as you could see, found a windmill, and just kept going until we hit the sand dunes at the beach.
And then our Airbnb host invited our entire family to King's Day. The whole country dresses in orange to celebrate, and they host this massive community-style garage sale with tons to see and do. Even the firemen were involved, and the kids got to play on fire trucks.
We even joined a local canal cleanup with our host.
From tulips and canals to what felt like walking straight into a fairy tale, watch this.
Switzerland might be the most visually stunning place we've ever stood in. Old Town Bern, this glowing Till Glacier River looping around the whole city, Einstein's actual childhood home just sitting there on a normal street. And can we talk about the pizza incident?
Oh, our first night, I ordered what I thought was a pepperoni pizza. Turns out in Switzerland, pepper means bell peppers, not pepperoni. Rookie mistake. That taught me to never leave my translator behind. We walked through and admired the Lauterbrunnen cliffs, enjoyed the tiny village, saw waterfalls close enough to touch, almost, and then booked a helicopter tour over the Alps.
We're from Utah. We've seen mountains, but the Alps are in a completely different category.
We also explored an actual castle from before 1200 AD, complete with a creepy torture chamber replica that the kids would not even go inside.
Next stop, Italy, and this is where the trip got a little chaotic.
Getting into Italy was a disaster before it was even beautiful. Our overnight train got delayed, we missed our connection in Milan, dodged ticket scammers, and ended up scrambling for an emergency hotel room at midnight.
Worth it though, because Rome delivered. Vatican was a lifelong dream of mine. I did a school report on it as a kid and have wanted to see it ever since.
Standing under the Sistine Chapel ceiling, looking at Michelangelo's actual work in person, surreal.
And for Lacey, the Rome Temple and Visitor Center was a personal bucket list stop she'd wanted to do for years.
Also, our Rome Airbnb had an elevator that fit exactly one person and one suitcase. So we turned check-in to a full-on relay race.
Coliseum tickets were sold out, so we admired it from the outside and just taught the kids gladiator history on the sidewalk. It works.
From ancient ruins to a coastline so pretty it almost didn't feel real.
Pompeii genuinely blew our minds. An entire city frozen under volcanic ash. You can still see the ancient fast food counters where Romans grabbed hot food on the go.
And then the Amalfi Coast. Ravello, Amalfi, Pastiano, cliffside towns stacked right into the mountains. We got caught in a massive rainstorm in Ravello and used what we now call our superpower. We sniffed out the nearest pastry shop.
We may have developed a slight dessert problem on this trip.
No, may have about it. We totally did. No regrets.
This week almost didn't happen the way we planned. We booked an off-season beach resort in San Vincenzo, which ended up being completely closed, like ghost town. We survived 2 days on chips and ice cream because we couldn't communicate with the local grocery store ladies.
But then Pisa delivered. 294 steps up a tower that is genuinely tilting because the whole complex is sinking. And then we stayed on an actual olive farm that used to belong to Leonardo da Vinci's family.
4-course homemade dinner, fresh olive oil made right there on the property. Then in Florence, we stood in front of Michelangelo's David and just went silent. Words cannot express.
Next up, a city that floats.
Venice is the city that floats and still makes you walk a million steps. We based ourselves in Burano, the island where literally every house is painted a different vibrant color.
We watched a glass blower shape an entire horse sculpture out of molten glass in under 5 minutes on Murano. Then he intentionally exploded a glass bubble just to show us how fragile it really is.
And St. Mark's Square taught us a hard lesson. Eat indoors or prepare for pigeon combat.
They will take your food.
Aggressively, apparently. We heard stories.
Okay, I have to be honest. Croatia is my personal favorite destination of the entire trip.
We stayed in this massive island villa where every kid got their own room and bathroom. And then we did a 3-hour, 6-line zipline tour. 2,500 meter total, including an 800 drop over the Adriatic.
Eden finally got to go horseback riding, and it turned out our horses had actually starred in the series Game of Thrones.
We also toured Diocletian's palace, ancient Roman ruins with local vendor stalls set up inside. Ancient Rome meets Etsy, basically.
Then things got a little more emotional. Salzburg gave us pure childhood joy, matching miner overalls, a train ride deep underground, and massive wooden slides into the dark salt mines.
But we also made a stop that mattered a lot to us as parents. Dachau concentration camp. Heavy and necessary. We wanted the girls to understand this history firsthand, not just from a textbook.
It's one of those moments that doesn't make the highlight reel because it's fun. It makes it because it's important.
Germany was basically 5 cities in one trip. It was extra special. Atlantis served her mission there, so she became our personal tour guide.
It's also where a duck stole my ice cream cone. Full ninja move. Didn't even see it coming. Then he started eyeing Adelines.
In Dresden, we tackled the great German laundry mystery. Accidentally started a 3-hour wash cycle we couldn't cancel.
In Berlin, we stood at the Berlin Wall and the Holocaust Memorial and really sat with the history together as a family.
And then Frankfurt. This one hits differently. Emily flew out to finish the trip with us, and we got to be there for a sacred family milestone at the Frankfurt Temple, alongside Atlantis' mission companion, Sorana.
Honestly, one of the top spiritual highlights of the entire 10 weeks.
And then Paris. Buckle up, because this is where the surprise from the opening comes in.
We crammed Paris into 2 full days. The Louvre, the Pantheon, the Eiffel Tower.
And remember from the beginning, here's the full story. We'd been trying for 2 months to rent a European castle. After a ticketing disaster at Versailles, we cut the rest of our Paris trip short and drove into the French countryside and
checked in to an actual, real fairy tale castle. Library, huge kitchen, bedrooms named from past residents, and a secret passageway that led to the bathroom.
bucket list fully crossed off.
From the castle, we crossed into England for a one-day London blitz. Buckingham Palace, Abbey Road, the Sherlock Holmes Museum, and a full Harry Potter pilgrimage at King's Cross.
then Brighton Beach, Stonehenge, and a deeply emotional stop in Preston, the exact temple housing where Atlantis quarantined alone back in 2020, waiting for Germany's borders to reopen. 5 years later, standing there together, completely different feeling.
And Scotland closed it out. Loch Ness, Edinburgh Castle, and Adam being the only one brave enough to eat haggis.
Pretty tasty, although I don't think anybody believes me.
Okay, remember that ranking we teased about at the start? After 10 countries, the girls' unanimously, hands down, favorite memory of the entire trip was standing at the top of the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Out of everything, castles, zip lines, glacier rivers, the Eiffel Tower won. We did not see that coming.
What does 10 weeks in Europe actually look like 3 years later?
It's not just the Eiffel Tower or the castle. It's a duck stealing your ice cream cone. It's a one-person elevator. It's 96 roundabouts and a hallucinating dad. It's haggis nobody else would try.
It's a canceled cruise that turned into a trip of a lifetime. It's watching your kids stand in front of a 500-year-old statue and go completely quiet.
3 years later, we don't remember the stress of missed trains or ticket disasters nearly as much as we remember the pastry shops, the pigeon combat, and the moment we opened the castle door.
So wherever you are right now, take the trip. Book the flight. Say yes to the pivot when the cruise gets canceled. The mess is the memory.
10 countries, 17 videos, 10 weeks, 3 years later, and we still can't believe we pulled it off. Go check them out yourself for the whole story.
If you made it this far, thank you for reliving this trip with us. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what's coming up next.
And don't forget the weekly escape. The link's in the description if you want help planning your next adventure.
Comment below, what was your favorite moment from this recap? We'd love to hear it. Adventurepreneurs out.